Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will see the to calculate the quantity estimation for a single room. There are two kinds of method to calculate the quantity. The first method is the long wall and short wall method, and the second method is the center line method. In this video we will see the long wall and short wall method to calculate the quantity of a single room. Here you can see the plan of a single room having a size of 5 cross 4 meter. You have to see and select the wall, that which one is the short wall and the long wall. So depending upon the size you have to select the short wall and long wall, as this will be short wall and this will be long wall. Let us see the example. Here the question says that calculate the following items for a given plan. So here the plan and section is given. The quantities to be calculated are: first, the earthwork for excavation foundation; second, concreting in foundation; third, brickwork in foundation and plinth; fourth, brickwork in superstructure; and last but not the least, DPC in work. So here the plan is given of a size 5 cross 4 meter in dimensions, and the thickness of wall is 0.3 meter. So the outer size will be 5.6, which comes by adding 5 plus 0.3 plus 0.3, which comes to 5.6. And here the 4.6 comes from the additional of 4 meter plus thickness of wall 0.3 plus 0.3, which comes to be 4.6. Here the typical section is given. Section A is provided at the different levels, and the right side of the section is the width of the footings or the width of the sections, and the left side provides the height, or we can say the depth of individual section, and the height of the wall or the floor is given as 3 meter. So before starting any calculation you have to calculate the length of the wall. So as we are calculating the estimation by using long wall and short wall method, so first step before starting any calculation, the initial step is to calculate the center line by using long wall and short wall method. So center line, length of long wall. So we know the long wall is this, the 5 meter length is the long wall. So the center line of the long wall will be from here to here. So the center line will be 0.3, which is the width of wall. So 0.3 divided by 2, 0.3 divided by 2, which is 0.15, plus 5 meters plus 0.3 by 2, which means 0.15. It comes as a 5.3 meter as a center line of the long wall. Now we have to see the center line for the short wall. It will be from here to here. So it comes the 0.3 by 2. So here 0.3 by 2 plus 4 meter plus 0.3 by 2, which will be 4.3 meter. So we have found here 4.3 meter as a center line of the short wall. So first quantity, earthwork for excavation. So earthwork for excavation, it will be there will be two for first for long wall and second for the short wall. So here this kind of table, you have to plot this kind of table, which includes item number, particulate, then number, length in meter, breadth in meter, depth in meter, and quantity in meter cube. So let us start for first with the earthwork for excavation. In that, first will be for long wall. So in number it will be 2, because long wall there is 2 long wall, 1 and 2. So the long wall will be numbers as 2. So for length you have to first add 5.3. So 5.3 comes from here, the center length of the long wall. So you have to first add center length comes from here. So 5.3 plus, first it is excavation. So excavation would be done as the width of the base of or the PCC. So the width of the PCC is 0.7. So we will excavate. We have done, this is our center line of the long wall. So we have to add the excavation width. So excavation width will be here to here. So this width is 0.7. It comes from here, 0.7 meters. So 0.7 by 2. So we will get the distance, this much distance we will get. So this is 5.3 center of the long wall plus 0.7 by 2 for the left hand side, plus for right hand side we have to also add 0.7 by 2, because here also it will be 0.7. So 0.7 by 2 we have to add this amount of distance for the excavation. So in additional to for right hand side 0.7 by 2, which comes as length as 6 meter. So the width of excavation will be 0.7, which comes as the width of the PCC. So 0.7, and the depth, so overall depth, from the depth should be seen from the ground level to the depth of the PCC. So the total depth is 0.7 meter. So we have taken the depth as 0.7 meter. Now the quantity is for the quantity you have to multiply number, you have to multiply with number into length into width into depth. So you will get the quantity as 5.880 meter. Similarly for the short wall, there are two numbers of short wall. So number will be 2, then the 4.3 is the center line of the short wall, as we have calculated from here. The center line of the short wall is 4.3. So 4.3 comes from here. Similarly the foundation width is 0.7. So 0.7 by 2, which means 0.7 by 2 plus 4.3 plus 0.7 by 2, it will come as a 6.3 meters. Now the width of the foundation will be 0.7, as similar to the long wall, because the width of the PCC is 0.7 and the depth will be 0.7. Now just multiply numbers, length into breadth into depth, will get the quantity as 3.528. So the total quantity of earthwork for excavation will be 9.408 meter cube. For that you have to add these two values. So let us see this second, concreting in foundation. So the concreting in foundation means you have to calculate the quantity for this PCC, right? So for that, what we have to do, so first we will take the long wall. There is two numbers of long wall, then the center line of the long wall is 5.3 as we calculated, plus similarly we have the length from here to here. So we have to just add the length of PCC divided by 2. So 0.7 by 2 from here and 0.7 by 2 from here. We have to add both the values. So you will get the answer as 6 meters. And as for the breadth, the breadth of the PCC is 0.7 meter. So we have taken 0.7 meter. The depth will change here because the depth of PCC is given as 1 meter only, right? So after multiplying the number, length, width and depth, you will get the quantity of PCC for the long wall will be 0.884 meter cube. As for short wall, there is two numbers of short wall, so here it will come as 4.3 minus 0.7, which will come as 6.3. So why we have minus? Sorry, I have making a mistake over here. You have to don't we have to plus, we have to minus. Actually we have excavated up to this level, so from the center line 4.3 we have to deduct 0.7 by 2 and 0.70 by 2. So similar in here we have to minus 0.7 by 2, 0.7 by 2. So the width will be same as usual, 0.7, and the depth will be 0.1 as usual. The depth of the PCC is 0.1, and the value we will get the quantity for the short wall will be 0.5 meter cube. So by making total of these two, the quantity for concreting in foundation will be 1.340 meter cube. Now let us see the another quantity estimation for brickwork in foundation and plinth. So we have to calculate the quantity of brickwork. So for the brickwork, which means this portion and this portion, from up to plinth we have to calculate up to plinth, so we have to consider up to this point only. So first for the long wall we will consider for long wall, so we have to take as a steps. So I have taken this as a step 1, this as step 2, and this as a step 3. So for long wall, step 1, there is number of long wall as a 2. The center length of the center line is the 5.3 meter. So the distance we know is from here to here, it is 5.3. Now the width of the first footing is 0.6. So what we have to do, 0.6 by 2 additional from here and 0.6 by 2 additional from here, which means 5.3 plus 0.6, which comes as 5.9 meter. And the width of the first step is 0.6 meter, which is given in the section. So and the depth of that first width or the first step is given in as 0.3 meter, and here we have written as 0.3 meter. After multiplying this, the quantity or the number, length, width and depth, you will get the quantity for first step as 2.124 meter cube. As usual for the second step, the number of long wall is 2. The center line length of the long wall is 5.3 meter. Now the width of the second step is given as 0.5 meter. So you have to do is 0.5 divided by 2, 0.5 divided by 2 plus plus 5.3. So it comes as 5.3 plus 0.5, which is 5.8, and the width is 0.5. Width is given as 0.5 over right hand side, and the thickness is 0.3 meter. So we have taken as the depth as 0.3 meter. So multiply these 4 values, you will get the quantity as 1.740 meter cube. Similarly for the third step, so in the third step the number of long wall is 2, then the center length of the long wall is 5.3 meter, and the width of the third step is 4 meter. So 0.4 by 2 here and 0.4 by 2, which comes as 5.3 plus 0.4, which is 5.7, and you will get the quantity as 1.368 meter cube. And similarly for short wall, but in short wall remember minus will be done for the quantity. It is similar to the long wall only, but in the width the deduction will be carried out where in the long wall the addition will be carried out. Now the fourth quantity, brickwork in superstructure. So for the brickwork in superstructure, which means it comes from here to the top or the bottom of the slab. So first, for the long wall, there are two numbers of long wall, so we have taken as two numbers. So the center length of the long wall is 5.3 meter, plus the width of the wall is 0.3. So here 5.3 plus 0.3 plus 0.3 by 2. Here 0.3 by 2, here it will be 0.3 by 2. So it comes as 5.3 plus 0.3. So it comes as 5.6, and the width of wall is given as 0.3, and the depth means height. So the height of the room or the floor height is given as 3 meters, so we have to take as a 3 meter. Now for the short wall, similarly the short wall number is 2, center line is 4.3, and the deduction is to be done, so minus 0.3. 0.3 comes from right hand side 0.3 by 2, left hand side 0.3 by 2. By adding these two quantities, you will get the final quantity for brickwork in superstructure, which is 17.280 meter cube. Last but not the least, the quantity for DPC. The quantity for DPC will be over here. The DPC will be over here, a thin layer which is not shown in the section, but here it is. Here will be the DPC. So for the long wall, there is two numbers of long wall. So two numbers of long wall. The center length of the long wall is 5.3. So 5.3 plus 0.3 by 2 plus 0.3 by 2, which will comes as 0.3. And similarly for the short wall, the width of the for the long wall, the width will be 0.3 as given as in the figure, and there will not be depth, because it will be the depth wall, that the depth of DPC will be much small, that it should be neglected. So we generally neglect the depth of the DPC, so its quantity will come into the meter square. Similarly for the short wall, there are two numbers of short wall. The center length of short wall is given as 4.3 minus 0.3, which will come as 4, and by adding these two value, we will get the quantity for DPC as 5.760 meters square. So here we complete the 5 different kinds of quantities. First, it is earthwork for excavation foundation, concreting in foundation, brickwork in foundation and plinth, brickwork in superstructure, and DPC work. So let me know if you want any other solutions regarding the different kinds of plan. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also visit my channel. I have uploaded different kinds of video related to education purpose, and comment if you have any queries, or you want to learn another videos. Thank you.